Yes, sir. Welcome back to Cut the Malarkey Sports, the baddest sports show in the land, where you can come through and not get none of that bull. Know what I'm saying?
None of it. We cut it
Now,
all out.
yes, sir. It's D-Terrell 217 on the left of your screen, Mike Benson on the right, and Black Haven Mon. Say what's up to the people.
Yeah,
In the building,
yeah.
on call,
Oh,
on the
man.
line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gentlemen, how much money y'all lost with parlays?
I
Too
don't
much
bet.
money. Too much money,
I don't
bro.
bet.
But I gotta tell you, bro, we gotta have a moment of silence, D-Terrell.
For what?
For what?
We gotta have a moment.
Hey,
We
don't
gotta have
get
a
cute.
moment of silence.
Don't get cute. Don't get cute. Cause somebody team got swept. I was trying to leave it alone, but somebody team got the broomstick ball out on them. So don't get cute.
We can leave it alone. We can leave it alone.
Nah, we
So,
can talk. We can talk
yeah,
about it because you know I'm gonna talk about it. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to talk about this shit.
okay. So check this out. We could go into it with this right here. Out of everybody who got eliminated in the first round, who was a shock to y'all? Like that you felt like was gonna make it to the next round, but didn't make it. Mine is the Clippers. I thought the Clippers was gonna beat the Nuggets, but
Yeah, that was a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, but the reason
That was a shot.
I do think the Clippers was a shot to me also, but the reason why I'm not surprised is the why they didn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or the who. The who
Yeah.
that didn't show up. Not surprised. James is just James, bro. And I'm looking at the Clippers finding another option. I think James might be out of there.
But their president said he committed them long term. But like you said, I don't think that he should.
I don't think
I
he
think
should,
he should go out and get another piece.
You kind of have no choice because James has bounced around to so many teams in such a short amount of time that it's put these teams in bad position. They don't have the draft capital to make things happen as they once did. So,
And the Clippers ain't got no picks.
Yeah.
The Clippers can't do nothing no way. They ain't got no picks in that.
Exactly. They have no picks. It took a lot to get him over there. It took a lot to get PG over there. And I think did Kawhi sign as a free agent though? Everybody else got traded there.
I thought Kawhi got traded there.
Yeah, he signed.
You signed as a free agent?
He didn't re-sign with Toronto.
Toronto,
yeah.
Everybody else got traded there. So
because he threatened them that he was gonna go to the Lakers. The Clippers then get PG over there with him.
Right. So yeah.
All right, let's go on to somebody else because that was a boring series anyway. What was the next series?
I thought it was exciting. I mean, it showed us. What did
it showed us that Jokic is the best player in the league.
Get the fuck! Hey, I'm about to give him the Shannon Sharp look. Boy, you out your mind.
I think
you out your mind.
That Westbrook can still dial back the hands of time and get shit done.
If it showed us anything, yes.
Westbrook can still do what he need to do. And
all them Westbrook haters got checked. They all had to shut the fuck up. Yep. Yeah. I'm just sad, and it's unfortunate that he's on the same team with Jokic because no, he is not the best fucking player in the league. The fuck out of here with that shit.
Who's the best player in the league, Mike?
It damn sure ain't Jokic. It ain't Jokic. I know that off the top of my head. It ain't Jokic. Who's better than Jokic?
Jalen Green.
LeBron James is still in the league. Okay, LeBron.
No.
I'll take Derek Brunson over Jokic. I'll take Alperen Sengun over Jokic because he's owned him every time they played. I will take Steph Curry over Jokic, and I hate Steph Curry. He's a one-trick pony, and I'll take him over Jokic. The fuck out of here. Jokic is the best player. No, it ain't even a light skin shit because you know I don't like Curry, and I'll get in on that later on. But I take Curry before I take Jokic. Okay. Jokic ain't no. Stop with Jokic. Stop with the Jokic talk, bro. Stop with the Jokic talk, please.
But
Okay.
the man is the best player in the league right now, hands down. And you have
I'm
no
not gonna give you a
evidence.
hands down, bro. I'm not gonna give
You
you a
have
hands
no
down.
evidence.
Wait a minute. D. Terrell.
The way that he just looked at the blood.
D. Terrell, am I smoking weed or is he smoking weed? I'm trying to figure this out because he's talking about Jokic is the best player. My dude, you on that Shannon Sharp yet? You on that brown shit. That's what it is. You talking that crazy stuff because you on that Hennessy.
Oh man, I'm sober as a mug.
Ocho.
Not saying Jokic is the best player.
I'd say he's in the conversation. I don't think he's hands down the best player. It's
okay. I give you that.
I'm not gonna give you hands down.
You can make an argument for other people. You give an argument for other people, but to me, right now, he's the best, like all around, except for like athleticism. He can do everything,
what
bro.
Athleticism. He can
everything.
Run. He can run.
No athleticism. He's lost weight and he still looks unathletic.
Man is not athletic. The only athletic thing he does in the day is when he get the bubble guts and he got to make it to the toilet real quick. That's the fastest he ever runs.
No, let me just see.
One of the best things about him is his effort. Like a lot of people don't look at that.
Effort.
He puts forward in the game.
He is lazy, bro.
Have you been?
What are you talking about? That is the laziest. He is the laziest basketball player I've ever seen play the game. He moves lazy. He has no effort. His only effort is his skill. You're confusing skill with effort. See, he is a very skilled shooter. I'll give him that. I'll give the boy that. He is very skilled at shooting the ball. He can shoot that shit the ugliest way possible and still somehow find it in the hoop. But to talk about athleticism, fuck no. He ain't no athlete, bro. He's an athlete in the sense that yes, he's professional. He's made it to a very high level. He got there. He has basic footwork that if you put him against somebody who's never even played college ball, he would destroy him. But to say he is an athletic person, boy, you stretching it there.
I didn't say that, Mike.
You said he was an athlete.
No, I said
that's the same damn thing.
He has no athleticism. I said he has no athleticism, but he gives a lot of effort. That's what I said. Now he runs the floor. He plays on both sides of the floor, and he give you right now.
You're an NBA basketball player. You can't sit on one side of the floor,
bro. We done seen a lot of people sit on the other side of the floor and get blown by.
Bruh, no. Bruh. Who?
Luka Doncic.
He don't play one side of the floor, dog. He may not play great defense, but he going back and forth. It's the NBA. Ain't nobody sitting on one side of the court.
You know, Luka ain't playing no defense, man.
I mean, he plays piss poor defense.
That man is a perfect cone. That man is a perfect cone, bro.
No, you're right. You're right. He don't. It's piss poor, but let's be real, bro. Everybody in the NBA running back and forth on that court, dog. Ain't nobody just sitting in the back court or at the half court. Ain't nobody doing this shit no more. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's a faster pace. It's a faster pace.
AD, wait a minute. Hold on, I forgot. Let's get back to some other players better than Jokic. Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo.
I don't know if I'm gonna give you Bam.
Bam,
bro.
What?
Bam Adebayo is better than Jokic, bro. Nah, y'all tripping.
It's only a handful of people, and I'm a bro. If Embiid,
Zion Williamson,
stop it. If Embiid,
man, one on one, Zion versus Jokic.
If Embiid can stay healthy, I think he would give him a run for his money. I think that Jokic is in the top. He's in the top 5 conversation of best players in the league right now. I can't
top 10. I give him top 10. I give him top 10.
He's higher than top 10. Maybe
nah.
Maybe even top 3. But I can't just say he's definitively the best guy. Like I can't say that because
we went all off the list.
We have went off of everything. Everything that he's done, bro, you got to look at that same thing in the same microscopic lens, in the same fucking binoculars that you looked at Russell Westbrook when he was averaging triple doubles for whole seasons. He was doing the exact same thing, and people diminished it as the years went on. Oh, Russell he's stat padding. But we're not saying that Jokic is stat padding. What's the difference? Like,
no, I do definitely say it.
They are saying that. They are saying
I say
that.
it.
They want to give
I say it.
But listen, the difference.
Because he does.
He gets the benefit of the doubt because he's a big and he's grabbing these rebounds. And Russell was grabbing the rebounds, and they had Russell grabbing double-digit boards. And it was like, look, man, he was giving you maximum effort on the floor. That was his play style.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
When it comes to Jokic, it's his responsibility as a big man to be at least down there boxing out.
It's his responsibility to rebound. That's why the triple doubles are more important for Westbrook than they are for Jokic. Because Jokic, you just said it. He's a big man. He's expected to be down in the post to rebound. He's expected to be down in the post to put up the garbage points. He's expected for those things. So 2 of those stats are getting padded, while Russell Westbrook is not expected to be down there. He's not expected to get the rebound. You know what I'm saying? He's not expected to be getting the garbage points, but he does. So that's why Russell Westbrook's triple doubles are a bigger and heavier impact more so than Jokic. So I'm not giving it to Jokic. I'm not. He's a top 10 player. He's not a top 3, and he's not a top 5. Because I could literally name you 5 players right now better than Jokic, which I've already done.
My turn. You ready for my list? You ready for my list, bro?
Go ahead.
Dylan.
Oh, God.
Dylan and Dylan. That nigga spit my fire, son.
Mike, what was your upset of the first round, man?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, what was your upset of the first round? We said the Clippers. What was your upset of the first round?
You know what my upset of the round was. It was the Houston Rockets versus Golden State.
Okay.
It was.
That was a good series.
Went wrong in that series? It was probably the best series. It was a very good series. So what do you see?
It was the first of all, we're gonna set it like this because everybody wanted to downplay the series. Okay. It was the highest watched series between the East and West Coast. The highest watched first round series. Yep, came out. You go look it up. The highest one. Yes, sir. Everybody was glued in. People was watching the Lakers, but everybody was watching Houston Golden State, especially after Houston won the second game. Then that shit really went up because it was like, oh, shit, Houston's kind of serious. This is what I seen. I overall did see great play from the Rockets. Overall, if we're going to go on an overall basis of hustle, of effort, of defensive stops. No, we are. They overall played well. Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Listen, I'm just fact checking you. The Rockets Warriors series was the second most watched series. The Lakers Minnesota Timberwolves was number 1.
Dog. Lakers Minnesota. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
because they just can't. No,
Lakers Minnesota averaged 5.1 million viewers per game.
We had 6.9.
The Warriors Rockets averaged 4.51.
No, it came out today. It was 6.9. It came out today. You probably looking at something older.
Was it that one game?
No.
Was it game 7?
Oh, game 7 was highly watched.
Game 7 to be that high.
Game 7 was 6.63.
Okay, there we go. All right, that was close enough.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, in terms of how the team played, their only problem was with them. I'm going to break this shit down at different levels. With them, they didn't sink as many shots as they should have, obviously. right? In the first few games, they didn't take advantage of the free throws that they were given. In
I agree with that.
the latter parts of the games, you know, guys just weren't hitting the shots that they needed to hit inside. And I think that's because they wanted to see Golden State has this. I've watched it for years. They have this thing that they do to every team that they play. And that is they love the three ball, right? They know everybody knows that they're known for shooting threes. So what Curry likes to do is play a mind game with players. He'll hit a three and then he'll let your guard come down, or he'll let whoever is your 3-point shooter come down, hit a three. Okay, oh, that's how we're doing it. So then he basically wants you to go back and back with threes, right? Because he knows more than likely their team is going to outlast whoever they're playing on that three line. It so happened that in a few games we outlasted them and shot the three ball better than them. Okay. The problem came was we could not outplay the refs. Even when we did, it still came down to the whistle. Now we could talk about, oh no, they were throwing Curry around, they were doing this. Well, let's talk about what Curry's bitch ass was doing. Curry's bitch ass was running into defenders. Okay. There were times when either Amen Thompson, Dylan Brooks, or Van Vliet would literally throw their arms up and try to face away from him while he's shooting the three. And he literally jumps into him, shoots the three, and then falls down like he got pushed. That is a bullshit play that Curry has gotten away with for far too long. It's a bullshit play that's been in basketball for far too long, but Curry has really, really mastered the whole art of let me fall into the defender and get the foul as I take the shot and fall down. That is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. Okay? Every time Curry would drive down in the lane, or anybody else from Golden State would drive down in the lane, if we so much as put a shoulder on him, automatic foul. Okay, let's see if it happens back the other way. Jalen Green, the first two games, was getting hacked. Jalen Green can't score shit. He's trying to drive the lane to force penetration. He's getting hacked. He's trying to draw the foul from the refs because he sees how they're calling fouls on the other side. Do they call it? No. No, they do not. And it is the truth. It's not bullshit. You can't sit here and say it. Look, the guy that I hate the most, Dylan Brooks, okay, who at times showed me shit and then went back to Brooks shit. Went right back to Brooks shit, okay? Even Dylan, they got it. Where Dylan is guarding Curry, gets the foul, right? He gets the foul. Oh, no, Butler. He gets the Butler. Butler hits the three to go up ahead on us. I think that was game 3 or game 4. I can't remember. I think it was game 3. Because they basically hit like a 3-pointer in the final few seconds, right? Dylan places a hand right there where normally foul. Okay, all right. We're down by 2. No, it wasn't on the hip. And you can see he was barely pressing up against him because the jersey was coming off. The jersey was coming out. If he was pressing that hard, that jersey shouldn't have been coming out like that. There shouldn't have been any blousing in Butler's jersey, but there was blousing, air underneath the jersey. That's how I know Dylan barely had his hand on him. Okay, you called that foul. So then when Sengun gets the ball and goes right back down the paint to get the for certain 2, and draw the foul from Draymond Green. Draymond fouls him harder than what Dylan Brooks fouled him. Ball plays, we lose the game. The refs have controlled the game. You can laugh. You can say, oh, you're on conspiracy theory bullshit. The refs, first of all, have already marked Dylan Brooks as a target. Dylan Brooks is a target when it comes to fouls. Whether he hard fouls you or not, he has the reputation already. This is why I wanted to get rid of him. Okay, because I knew this type of reputation was going to play into effect.
Let me give you
Dylan didn't, bro. Dylan, as far as you concerned, you told me playoff Dylan's a different Dylan. Yeah, you sure was right, but he wasn't a good Dylan. No, he didn't. No, here's the problem. Okay.
Scorer didn't show up.
No.
Dylan showed
No. Dylan did not show up. Dylan did not show the fuck up. Okay, he showed up for one game, and that was on the backside of Jalen Green showing up with that 38-point game. He scored 24. Green had 38. Other than that, Dylan was a no-show. Now, will I say Dylan played harder in the playoffs? He did play harder. But you know what that problem is when you don't do that all season, Derek, as an athlete? Huh? Any serious athlete will tell you, if you don't practice the way you play, then when you go to play like that, shit is not going to benefit your way. It's not. He could have played as hard as he wanted to. He did not play like that all year. And that was my biggest problem with Brooks going into this series, is that he is a sometimey player. He got his biggest points against teams that were like 17 and 100. And people wanted, look, Brooks is scoring 30. Look, Brooks was scoring that against piss poor teams. He did not play hard throughout the season the way he played in the playoffs. I will say that. But that's the problem. When you don't practice the way you play, it's not going to benefit you when it comes down for crunch time. And that's exactly what happened. He couldn't sink his shots. It's not like he didn't take shots. He took enough shots. He couldn't sink them. He didn't get enough rebounds beyond the third game. He didn't. He just did not.
Hey, Mike, so check this out. Let's look at it in the vacuum, right? You can sit here, you can say the things about Curry, you can say the thing about the fouls, you can say things about Sengun. You can say
Curry had nothing but second and third chance points in that series.
Okay, hold on. I need to talk to you about one player, and I want you to talk about one player, Mike. One player.
Okay.
One player. You have a budding superstar in Jalen Green who was putting up tour days. Putting up tour days, bro. Single digits in every game but that one in game 2. I need to know how you feel about that. Because you never talk about Jalen Green. Jalen Green was the X factor for this series.
No, let me tell you something. Like I've told every Rockets fan that wants to get rid of Jalen Green right now. Okay? Let me tell you something. Jalen Green has only been starting since February of 2023. How many years is that? Not even 2. That ain't even 2 full seasons.
That's 2 years.
No, it's not. That's a season and a half that he's been starting. February of 23. That is a season and a half. He played half a season as a starter. He's been in the league since I think this is like his 5th year or 4th year. But the thing is, he only been a starter. He's only been a starter for a season and a half. Okay? And look what he's done. Look, in 21. So he's only been in the league barely 4 years. And he's only been starting a season and a half. Keep that in mind. Now, keep it in mind, when he started, the Rockets wasn't doing that great. Past 2 years, well, last year, what people don't know is he did have them in a good position. And basically,
he's been a starter for 3 seasons.
No, he hasn't. February 23.
2021-2022 season when he first started for the Rockets.
He did not start for the Rockets in 2021. I pulled it up already.
I'm looking at it. He started.
No.
According to NBA.com, he started in 2021-2022.
No, I'm telling you right now, he did not. And you know what?
So look. But here's the thing, though, Mike. You sit there and you say all that. He's still supposed to be coming with Sengun and Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet, I feel like, did his part. Sengun did what he could with his slow ass. And Jalen Green was supposed to pick up that slack, bro. You know what I mean? Jalen Green was supposed to pick up that slack. And now you could make an excuse to say he just wasn't ready for that moment. Now, I'll take that. Say, okay, he wasn't ready for that yet. But just like me and D. Terrell have been telling you all season long, your team is too young and inexperienced for the limelight. Just like the OKC for to get bounced. You're too young. Say Jalen Green ain't ready, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Say
you think OKC?
You don't think OKC gonna get bounced? Yeah. Well,
that's a discussion. That's a different discussion though. Like, because OKC really needs Shai Gilgeous to figure it out. And Shai Gilgeous' play style is very, very similar. Like the way he's playing right now is extremely similar to how James Harden played when he was with the Rockets. And it doesn't translate well in the playoffs from what we've seen in the past. So he got to figure out different ways he can be effective. And like leaning on the foul call stuff, you can't do that. You can't lean on the foul call stuff because you never know. Like, especially with a lot of these refs, like this playoff series, dang, I guess he lagged out. A lot of this playoff series has been like very, very physical compared to, previous years and stuff like that. So it's like, you got to play through the contact. Like, you hear the whistle, play through it and try to finish that shot.
Hey, D. Terrell, we got an update, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching, man. The Knicks came back and beat the Celtics 91-90.
Wow, they up 2-0, bro?
Yeah.
2-0 on the reigning defending champions, bro?
What I would say in that series, bro, I don't think Boston is going to win a game. I don't think they're going to win one, bro. The Knicks are just on one.
Really?
I don't think Boston's winning one. I just sat here and watched them come back, and I really thought Boston was going to take this game because at the start of the show, Boston was up quite a bit. What was it?
Yeah, like 14 points.
Yeah, they were up. Did not expect them folks to come back like that.
Did I lose y'all?
Yeah, you back now though.
Okay. So anyway, hold on. Let me fact check you, Derek. All right. So I don't know if you heard me say that I just read off because I just Googled it. Jalen Green's been starting since February 28th, 2023. That is when he consecutively started for the Houston Rockets. Season and a half. Okay. Just Googled it. AI played 186 games consecutively since February 28th, 2023. AI ain't lying, my boy. It ain't lying. Now, to go on back to that, season and a half. Starting.
I was lying the other day.
Hold on. Season and a half. First playoff experience. Wait a minute. Everybody jumping on Jalen Green. First playoff experience. Has played majority of this season. Now, I know your excuse is going to be, what about Amen Thompson? Amen Thompson didn't start till this spring, till Jabari got hurt in the spring. He didn't play a full season starting. That's the difference. Okay. Now, let's go to Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks has had how many years in the league? I don't know, but I'll tell you how many he's had since being a starter since 2019.
He's been a starter long before then.
He started officially for Memphis Grizzlies the 2019 season because the year before he got hurt.
Nah,
he started
his rookie season?
No, he did not. No, he didn't. I'm telling you. Dylan Brooks' last 3 seasons with y'all is when he started. His last 3 seasons.
That man been starting a long time before that.
Or no, man, maybe it was 4 seasons. Maybe the last 4 seasons. Because let me get this right. His best scoring has been with y'all. Ever since he's been with us, his scoring has been piss poor. Okay. Y'all got the best 3 seasons out of him where he scored, I believe it was 14. No. Okay. 15, 16, and 17, or maybe it was 16, 17, and 18 points per season, average. That Dylan Brooks scored. Then his last season with y'all is when he had his lowest scoring. Well, not compared to the hurt year. I'm not going to count the hurt year. But his last season with y'all, he scored like a little over 14 points. Right? That was his average. Gets with us, and he hasn't busted over 14 points. But yet and still, this man has been.
So you got to say the
shot
man on down as well.
We got a shitload of shot attempts. But here's the thing. Why are we taking it easy on a 6-year starter? He's a 6-year NBA starter. 6 years he started in the NBA. Four times in the playoffs. 4 years in the playoffs. You know what I mean? He's got 4 seasons of playoff experience.
You have to look at the shot attempts. He doesn't take the same volume of shots that he did with us. He doesn't, because that's Jalen Green's bag now. He's the shooter.
Bruh, he is taking a lot of shots.
Bruh. He's not shooting the ball 20 times like he did with us. He shot the ball 20 times. He don't do that.
Yes, he will.
He
will definitely do it. He's done it multiple times. It wasn't like a 1-off or 2-off game that he's done that. He's done it with. That's why I was complaining about it so much. Don't you remember? I'm like, this motherfucker taking 17, 18 shots, taking 19 shots. Oh, but he hit 7 of them. It's not even 50%. No, we need to put more emphasis on Dylan Brooks because Dylan Brooks was supposed to be bringing that vet experience. But because he did not play like that during the regular season, it did not translate. It just did not. People were like, but he was hustling. Yeah, he was hustling. He was going after it. And it wasn't translating over the way it should have because he did not play like that during the regular season. You can't just go to 10 when you're at 0 all the damn time.
Let me read you his career field goal attempts. Okay.
What site you on? I don't trust you because you already got the Jalen Green stuff, bro.
I was correct, sir.
No, you weren't.
You threw in a word that was very specific after you checked. You said consecutive starting. Nobody said nothing about consecutive. You said
no.
He started. That's weird.
When he started.
Let's get this. Let's do this. Okay. So y'all got Dylan Brooks 2023, 2024. He averaged 10 shots a game, 10.7 to be exact. This year, 24-25, he averaged 11.9. What he shot with us on his way out the door was 13.6. The year before that, 16.4. The year before that, 15.4. His volume has gone down because he wasn't brought to Houston to score.
Bullshit. Yes, he was. Bullshit. You can't say he wasn't brought to Houston to not score when he's almost shooting as many baskets as your point guard, your center, and your power forward. You know, he shoots more than the power forward.
11 times a game is more. Who's the power forward?
Pick one. Jabari. You could throw Amen in there. You could throw Tari Eason in there. I mean, they all rotate. Between 3 and 4. Jabari and Amen. See, Amen is so much of an athlete, dog. You can't really just put him and say, yeah, he's a true 4 because the dude could play anything. But as far as Jabari is concerned, Jabari would probably be our true 4. What's
his name? Alfred? That's a weird fucking
name. He's a center, bro. He's our center.
He's y'all.
The only time he's playing 4 is if we bring Adams into the game. Now, like we did when we did the big lineup, we went Adams, Sengun, Thompson, Jabari, and Jalen. Right? That was the big lineup, right? Mm-hmm. And so now you're moving Adams to the 5, Sengun's playing the 4, and still kind of playing the 5 if you see how he's moving. You got fucking Amen playing the 2, Jabari playing the 3, and Jalen playing the 1.
Okay, so Jabari Smith. This is okay. 2022-23.
Why you going back that far? We're talking this season, my guy.
He averaged 11.3. 23-24, 11 shots a game. 24-25, 9. But if I'm not mistaken, he spent a lot of this year injured, correct?
Not that much. It was just the beginning of the spring. He lost. Yes, he did lose his job to Amen because he was out for, I think it was about 2 months.
Yeah, he only started 39 games this year. He played 57 games. So that would drive his numbers down. But at the same time,
it would. But at the same time, he's not making no. At the same time, he's only taking about like 4 to 5 shots a game. Because Dylan Brooks is taking more of his shots.
He's got to be taking more to only play 57 only play 57 games and average 9 shots a game. He taking more than 4.
No, I'm just saying though, like there might be a few games where he took more shots, but that's what raised his average.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I know we've been on this for a minute, Mike. I know you had lagged out and came back. I wanted to ask you, I'm gonna hop off the Rockets real quick. Was you expecting the Celtics to be down 0-2, man? Were you expecting that? because me and D. Terrell was shocked.
Was I expecting the Celtics to what?
To go down.
To lose?
The Knicks just came back from a double-digit deficit and beat the Celtics by 1 point.
Today?
Just now.
Damn. Hey, what did I tell y'all about the Knicks, though? I did say it. I said the Knicks are going to be the sleeper. Indiana over there slaying Cleveland. That could happen.
Yeah.
Indiana could,
which is a shock.
Indiana
in a minute too. Unless y'all want to go there.
Well, I was just saying, I did tell y'all, New York looked like that team this year because basically that's all they were missing was a big man. Now you got KAT, you know what I'm saying, over there with his zesty athletic ass. And you know what? I might take KAT over Jokic.
Fuck out of here, yo.
Oh. Man, you gotta be stopped. But yeah, bro, like we these playoffs are so unpredictable, bro. Everybody that they had favorited are losing, bro. Like they losing and they looking exposed, bro. They're looking exposed. Like you finna bring up Cleveland and Indiana. That was a shock. That's a shock.
That was a shock. I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Was in the Eastern Conference. They was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and people look over there.
Mm-hmm.
And Donovan Mitchell was trying to tell them, stop calling him overrated before he do something. Like he's still an NBA player. Like y'all think he overrated. I don't think he overrated.
It was more so a respect thing. Like he didn't want them doing, you know what I'm saying? Because even when he was in Utah, you know, Utah fans, bro, if a lot of people didn't know, they were pretty racist.
They're super racist.
So they would say crazy shit to players, and Donovan Mitchell would step in and be like, "Hey, we not having none of that." Like he would mediate, like, "Hey, we not doing none of that." People would get thrown out the arena. He been doing that his whole career. So I feel like I thought it was something, you know, of like a respect thing. Like, man, hey, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously ain't overrated. He's obviously a good player, but I mean, it came back to bite them, bro. Because he had a press conference after the game. He was like, "Yeah, overrate that, overrate that." I mean,
hey, wait a minute, hold on. I meant to say this one more thing about the Rockets, in particular about Draymond Green. Now that we're out, right? I do not want to hear not one fan base complain about Draymond Green. I don't want to hear not one fan base. If they have to play against Golden State, I don't want to hear one thing about the refs. I don't want to hear one thing about Curry drawing fouls and the way he does it. I don't want to hear the cheap plays by Post, but Pajinski and Buddy Hield. I don't want to hear none of it. None of it. When I hear it, I'm trolling it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wanted to hear it for us, and it was blatant as fuck. It was like KC this past year. Nobody wanted to hear it. So Golden State plays whoever. I don't want to hear it.
They're playing Minnesota, and they can't, and they got away with the win in their last game also.
With Curry straining a hamstring.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yep.
But they say he's gonna miss at least the next 2 games, bro. And I think that's old, bro. Like he old. All that running and wear and tear, because the series
Houston wore him out. Houston wore him out.
Yeah.
And fuck. Okay, that's the other thing. The other reason why they lost was because of Udoka and his coaching, not going deep enough in the bench, not putting Cam Whitmore out there because Cam Whitmore gave Curry some issues this season when they played each other on defense because he's a fast guy. He's a spark. And that type of person with amen on the court would have ignited our floor. They would not have been able to keep up. Curry might have pulled a hamstring against us instead of, waiting the game and pulling it. It might have happened against us because they couldn't handle our speed, our youth. And he would not put Cam out there until the final seconds or minute of the game and shit. And you know what? Houston's going to shoot themselves in the foot because Yeah, I've heard. My inside guy says more than likely Cam is gone. You know, him and Udoka's
Oh yeah,
personal
he
relationship.
free agent this offseason, didn't he?
1979.
I thought he was still under a rookie contract. I thought
Huh?
he was still under a rookie contract.
I don't know. I could look into that while
But
y'all.
you know, basically they're going to shoot themselves in the foot because they're going to trade him off. They're going to trade off Cam,
Yeah.
and that's a potential superstar. And whoever gets him, hey, I'm gonna still be a Cam Whitmore fan when he leaves Houston. I'm gonna root for where, as long as he don't go to Memphis, we good. You know what I'm saying?
They really talking. They really talking about getting Jalen to the Suns for KD to Rockets out.
Oh, in that trade package. Yeah.
Is that when John Morant comes to Houston?
They not moving Ja, bro. Ja's not moving from Memphis. I don't care what any of the analysts say. I don't care what ESPN say. I don't care what Ocho say.
No, man.
I don't care what none of the Stephen A. and his receding hairline say. I don't care about none of that. The man stays.
I don't know, cuz I think he might come down to the HG.
Even if he does, how does that improve your offense?
It don't. It really don't. You basically, honestly,
that's not the player you need.
No, it's not. The player we need, we played against, but everybody told me I was crazy about that. And look what he did to us. Butler. Jimmy Butler.
But that's the thing. At this point in Jimmy's career, he doesn't want to be the leading scorer. He wants to be 1B, not 1A. And that's
the thing though.
Comfortable with
he wouldn't have been the leading scorer.
Robin to his Batman.
He wouldn't have been the leading scorer. With Butler on the floor, Sengun is still going to be our leading scorer, first off, because he was our leading scorer in that series. So Sengun is still going to be our leading scorer, then followed by whoever is going to take whoever is pulling the man. Basically, Butler's going to need two men on it when it comes to when it comes to defense, right? So whoever's man is free, that's who's going to be the second guy, whether it's Van Vliet, whether it's Jalen Green, whether it's our forward, whoever's in there, Eason, Smith, or Thompson, right? But that's what Butler would have added to us. He would have still given us that defensive presence, because so many people told me Butler don't play defense. Played the hell of a defense against us.
Butler don't play defense.
Oh, bro, that was the push. That was the pushback. So y'all remember when Butler initially tried to get out of Miami and Pat was fucking with him. His first option was to come to Houston, because we even talked about that on the show. Because I was all excited. I was like, shit, Butler want to come back home. Send off Brooks. Then I talked to my inside guy, and he was giving me a slight bit of hope. He was like, they are thinking about it, but the family loves Brooks a lot. Fertitta loves Brooks for some odd, strange reason. I don't know why. So they burned themselves by not getting Butler, because the deal probably would have been Brooks, Reed Shepherd, and probably would have had to either get rid of Cam or give him, Jeff Green and probably some money or some picks, right? That would have been the deal for Butler. And we didn't do it. And we got screwed. I'm sorry.
A lot of dude, they don't have a lot of like off-season moves like on the books for y'all, other than Jalen Green and Alfred Şengün are both up for extensions, and they expect.
And they don't want to. And you heard the news; they don't want to re-sign Van Vliet. They're trying to make him like wait.
Van Vliet is going into the open market, and
bullshit.
And
bullshit, bro.
They said notable people to replace him. They said they might stick with Aaron Holiday. They might let Jacques Landale walk, but the notable people to replace him are Alec Burks, Cam Payne.
Hell no.
And what's this dude, Spencer Dinwiddie? Bro, what?
They just trying to kill my team, bro. You know what, dog? I need an ace.
That is definitely.
What's a good fan base for me to join? I mean, I'm always love my Rockets, dog, but it seems like I got to be like football. Have me a second team, which Usually it's always LeBron, but he fixing to retire. Maybe I like Ja, but y'all be talking too much shit for me, man. Like we don't be owning y'all and shit during the season. I
Man,
would have rooted for Memphis, but y'all just had to make it such a rivalry.
it
It's
was
like,
a
damn, man, who
it was a
maybe I go
season
for New York.
got fired. We dealt with hella injuries and an offense that nobody wanted to play, including the coach we had. Like that's a recipe for disaster, bro. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? When you come into work and your GM says, "Hey, we're gonna play this offense that I seen at the US Olympics. I really like that offense." Was like, well, hey, bro, I'm the coach. Let me run my offense. Nah, I got it. Hey, by the way, fire 5 of your assistant coaches because I'm about to hire 5 of these random dudes and bring them over here. And they gonna implement this offense. You just kind of sit back and let them do that and pretend to be the head coach. Yeah, that's a negative. That's a negative, bro. That's an L. That's an L.
Mm-mm. That ain't flying. That's a no-fly zone.
Signing the guy they made interim head coach. With them signing him, bro. To me, you had to, because you spent so much money getting him to Memphis. You bought him out of his contract with France, and then you got him to Memphis, gave him more money as a sign-on in his contract. So you spent all this money on this guy. You had to go with him as head coach, because if you didn't, you would get fired. So I still think, bro, next year still might even be up in the air. So I don't know, bro. I don't know, because now they're saying, Isilov is saying this new offense wasn't even his offense, even though the reports were saying he's the one that created it. So we just got to see.
So who your second team?
My second team?
Yeah.
NBA 2K.
He's not a realist. He's not a realist.
Who's not a realist?
Of course, I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan. I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan, but I do root for the Timberwolves. No, I don't Timberwolves. You know what I mean? The Timberwolves.
Okay. I could go with that. I do like that. I've always kind of liked the Timberwolves. I might join that fandom. You know what? I might split my fucking fandom shit between the Timberwolves and the Knicks. Because people always think like I don't be sticking up. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
People always be thinking I don't be sticking up for the light skinned guy. It's like, yeah, y'all full of shit, man. I call it the way I see it. But I do see a true light skinned. If they want to say a light skinned basketball guy, I do see him in Derek Brunson. I do see him in Brunson.
Jalen. I see a pattern.
Jalen Brunson, yeah.
He don't like Dylan Brooks' light-skinned ass. He don't like Steph Curry's light-skinned ass. But he gonna go a shade darker with Jalen and be like, oh yeah, I fuck with that light-skinned nigga. That nigga is
Hold up, bro. Jalen lighter than you, dog. What is you talking about? Jalen lighter than you. He lighter than you, man. What you mean? He lighter than you, bro.
I get you that.
Hey, fellas. So the way that the playoffs are, like, I wanted to jump on some.
I was a huge Blake Griffin fan.
But, everybody messed with Blake.
For off court shit. You know what I'm saying?
On court shit. I used to love the way. But I was a Blake Griffin fan since he was playing in Oklahoma. That Negro used to get me hyped up when he would just come down the court and slam on a motherfucker with disrespectful intentions. It was like, yeah, nigga.
NBA these days too, though. You miss that kind of physicality.
So have y'all?
Yeah, you do.
Changed with the way the playoffs going? Who's y'all favorites now?
To win it all, my favorites right now. I got hopefuls and then I got realistic picks. Realistically, if Shea can show up, OKC. I also like the Cavs, and I also like Minnesota. Minnesota got a team full of dogs, bro.
They do, but they haven't. But that kind of poked a hole in their weakness. You know what I'm saying? It kind of showed a weakness in their armor with them still losing that game, and Curry had to get out.
Ant had a bad game, and they shot a lot of threes and missed a hell of a lot.
Yeah, his field goal percentage wasn't good. It wasn't at all.
That man
I
was
think he shot like 17 shots.
Yeah, it was.
He shot 17 in that first game.
No, he shot over. He shot over 20 shots, and he made like 11 of them in the second half.
I don't think he was that high. Was it? What was it, Derek? You looking at it?
I'm about to look. I'm about to look.
I like Minnesota and New York. I really like I like New York, dog. I ain't gonna lie. This year, if Golden State gets knocked out, if it's down to Minnesota and OKC, that's gonna be a tough game. I might have to go with OKC on that one. But then if we're talking OKC in New York, the way New York been playing,
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Nah, I think Minnesota take that one. I ain't gonna lie, because they match up very well. But the difference between Minnesota and OKC, Chet Holmgren's soft as toilet tissue. And
but when that boy get on, he get on.
Is the person that would match up with him physically on defense would put that boy on his ass every play, straight up.
Yep.
Straight up. But he might get the fouls too.
He's struggling against the Nuggets. He can't deal with that physicality.
He can't.
Gordon going through his chest.
Offensively,
he's a great player.
Defensively, he can block shots. He's tall, long body, long arms. He don't have the strength. And you tell
body weight.
Naz Reid coming off the bench to slow down his offense, to give him hell on the defensive side also. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but
if they do that little pick and switch that they like to do with him, where he starts rolling back out and kind of gets lost like Curry.
The only downside to Minnesota
I don't know, bro.
is Rudy Gobert's perimeter defense. Because if they try to do that switch, if they try to force switches, the only weak link is Rudy. That's the only one. Because if you swap Rudy to the bench and put Naz in at the 5, they can switch everything. But
kudos to Rudy though. Rudy had been playing some good, decent for his size perimeter defense.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I watched.
Hold on. He was a defensive player of the year. How many times?
And every time he wins it, they get to the playoffs, and what happens? They start switches, and they go at that man on the perimeter, and they blow past him.
That's true.
And the ESPN
That's true.
Every year. Why does this man keep winning if he can't truly guard nobody outside of the paint?
That's true.
Anthony Edwards.
Now, I'm just speaking about last game. Yeah, I knew he was 0 for 10 in the first half.
He was 1 for 5 from 3. Everybody was off from 3. Jaden McDaniels was 0 for 3. Julius was 0 for 3. Obviously, Rudy don't shoot him. Mike was 0 for 2. DiVincenzo was 1 for 7. Naz Reid was 3 for 7. Alexander was 0 for 2. They couldn't buy a bucket from out there.
See, that's you know what? 1 and 7. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Motherfuckers do that so much in the NBA, bro. Like if I'm sorry, dog, but if you're not feeling that shit by your third shot, slow it up and start going inside. You don't need to be wasting.
Gone in the NBA, bro. It's gone.
That's what I'm saying. That's what pisses me off. People was talking about the physicality of the Houston Golden State series. And it's like, man, y'all watching what we should be watching every fucking game in the NBA. This is how NBA is supposed to be played. Not that bullshit we be watching during the regular season. Fuckers just want to go back to back on 3-point shots. Hate that damn shit.
Well, hey, before we have to end, I wanted to ask you about this. Because I know a lot of people ain't paying attention to the NFL. I am, especially when it comes to the Cowboys. They just
thought that move was something.
Paying attention to the damn Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys.
Now they got Pickens and Lamb.
Yeah, they got Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. They still ain't really got a running back, but they got a healthy Dak back and they got an okay defense, do you think they'll make some noise in that division, even though they end up with the Redskins? I mean, not the Redskins, the Commanders, the Eagles, and the Giants. Well, I'm not gonna count the Giants with the Cowboys and the Commanders. Do you think they'll make some noise?
No.
Do you think this moves the needle?
Thank you. Yes. No. I'll give it. No. Be honest with that question. Does it move the needle? Yes, it does move the needle because on paper, it puts the Cowboys at least into the playoffs on paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Paper champs. Yep.
But how
on
many
paper?
On paper done anything? When we looked at
there you go. That's the important question, Derek. That's what I like. When you ask the important question.
On paper means jack shit. We saw on paper Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Ben Simmons all on one team. And what did they do? Nothing. Nothing.
So does it move the needle? It does move the needle. But it's just going to be sensationalized because that's how they do with the Cowboys. They sensationalize them in the media.
Yep.
Jerry's going to give you some great little hot takes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That people are going to eat on for a week at a time and shit. And that's just the way the Cowboys roll. As long as the money's coming through that door, ain't shit going to change. The Cowboy fans want to change some shit with their team. They got to stop supporting them. They got to stop showing up the games. They got to stop buying season tickets. They got to be worse than what the New Orleans Saints fan base did to New Orleans when y'all was constantly losing with the brown bags.
Was calling them the Aints and they had the brown bags, but they were still showing up. That's what I'm saying. Like
exactly, Cowboys got to do it worse.
They'll see it through the losing seasons. Like, look, man, at some point y'all got to demand better. Like, I'm demanding better. I'm demanding better for my team because what is this? What is this trash? What is this trash?
Hey, so
you heard me say nothing about the Saints. What is this garbage? Huh? Hey, man, if you want me to get out there and run around a little bit, I'll get my ass out there and run a little bit. Hell. I don't give a damn. I'll do more than what they finna do.
So from Pittsburgh's point of view, like if you a Pittsburgh fan and you just got rid of George Pickens after you paid DK Metcalf $130 million, like is that a sign that we finna try to tank? Because y'all don't have a quarterback. You got rid of your young receiver for an Asian receiver and pay him $130 million. Now your defense is gonna be straight. Like, I don't feel like that's the right move, bro. I would have killed both of them.
They got rid of him for a reason.
Robert's attitude. They don't want to go through that Antonio Brown thing again, bro. Like the
that or contract.
Brown, Chase, what's his name? Chase Claypool. They don't want to go through that, I guess.
Hey, considering we have never really heard any like scandals coming out of Pickens, I'm gonna go more with contract. Right? They were looking in the future. They seen what they probably were gonna have to pay him if he had another good season, and they probably feel like they have enough in their wide receiver room where they can let him go, let him walk, save money.
Because he was fined 10 times in the last 3 years. They just fined him 10 times for like shit off the field and shit he do on the field.
But you never really heard about him. Like he might have gotten fined, but you never heard no stories about Pickens in the news. Can you remember something off the top of your head about Pickens in the news?
I know George Pickens was the dude with the shiesty mask on. He had that shiesty mask on when he got drafted. How he was standing in front of the TV. I do it for that.
But other than that, you don't really know him for any other scandal. But see, that's what teams do, bro. In order to just not say, oh, we don't want to pay this person or whatnot, they'll be quick to put it on the player. He doesn't really work that well in our locker room. We can't trust him. This, that, and the other. But that's what I'm saying. How many stories have really come out about, because the NFL is filled with scandals all the time. They're not going to shy away from putting a player's all the time. They're not going to shy away from putting a player's face in the paper and in the headlines is doing something, shady, crooked, or whatever. So I don't want to go on the fact that, oh yeah, he's a real bad attitude. I'm going to go on the fact that more than likely they were looking into the future, judging on what he's done so far with his stats. They're probably like, nah, if he keeps doing this, we're going to have to pay him too much, and they don't want to do it. They probably feel like I'm saying they have enough with the younger guys to where his absence won't be such an issue. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll already have younger guys on smaller contracts that they're grooming into in the next pickings. Next man up, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like you're right because last year he only he had as a number one receiver he had 800 yards and 3 touchdowns from your primary receiver. That's a dependent position. So hey, you never know.
There was a sound that I used to have on my soundboard. It used to say a little something like, "Nigga, do I know you? I don't even know
this nigga." Hey, Jordan Pickens can ball, man.
Unfortunately,
yeah. And I'll be honest, it for the Cowboys, it's a good pickup. But I mean, here's the thing: you still got to focus on your running game, which means you got to focus on the back and the line. Because pass protection, your line's pretty good. Run protection, nope. That's why they can't establish a run game.
All I know is
bro.
Grand Theft Auto got delayed.
Man, I knew it though. I already knew that was gonna happen. It was the third pushback. But this will be the official one. Oh, but we're gonna switch to some GTA news.
I'm just saying.
But they already told us the plot and who's the main person and what's your thing. And
they didn't tell you the plot just yet. They always give you a synopsis, but they're not going to tell you everything. Not everything. There's always going to be a twist in that bad boy you ain't going to see coming. That's the way Rockstar writes a hell of a plot for their games. I didn't know if y'all knew this, but the reason why this will definitely be the official date is because Bonnie and Clyde's funeral was on May 26, 1934. And since this game is based around a Bonnie and Clyde type couple, right?
I read that.
They're dating. So it's a Bonnie and Clyde type couple where they're a crime couple. So you figure the first initial so the two pushbacks, the first one was supposed to be spring of 24. Which more than likely meant they wanted to probably release it May 26th of 2024. Got pushed back. You know what I'm saying? So then they wanted to do 2025, but the actual reason that people do not know, they'll be like, no, it's not that. No, bullshit. You can look up the Take-Two CEO. His name is Strauss Zelnick, and he officially said this. The reason why they had to push it back was because they had content in there that was making fun of Donald Trump because he never thought America would ever elect Donald Trump again as a president. He even went on further to say that the next GTA game would not be released if Donald Trump was president. He did take back those words, but the reason for the next pushback was because they had to delete a lot of content that they had in the game based on Donald Trump. That's fact. Damn. People can look that shit up.
If anybody got the unreleased version, holla at your boy. Let me get that beta.
They had to take out a lot of content due to that. And with that being in mind, it got the next pushback, which will be next year spring, May 26th.
Yeah, makes sense.
I can't wait though.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Anything?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Before we close, gentlemen.
Yeah. Just want to Little WNBA news. Caitlin Clark sold out her.
Season started. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark sold out her Iowa State arena. Not Iowa State, University of Iowa, where she went
They played their preseason game.
against Brazil. Blew Brazil out by like 60 points, 70 points. It was disgusting.
All I got to say,
No, because Brazil played Chicago Sky the night before and only got beat by like 20 or less than 20. It was like 89 to 60 something. And then shit with it was 100 plus to 40 something with the Fever in Brazil. Yeah, it was a blowout. It was a blowout.
This, bro, like when you hear people say, "I'm gonna go play overseas," is Brazil usually a destination that you hear them say, "I'm gonna go play and play in Brazil"?
Yeah,
for the men. I've heard a lot of guys go to Brazil to play.
Love and basketball. That's where she went to go play it. Went to go play overseas.
I know you can't see me. I'm a grown ass man. Hey, look. Love and basketball.
Bro, you never seen love and basketball, bro?
Solid one time,
One of
son.
the greatest.
Solid one time.
You sleep.
Solid
but
one time.
I'll say this before we leave. Caitlin Clark is going to win MVP this season, bro.
More likely, for sure.
With a whole season's rest, off-season rest, she got a chance to train, rehab. Last year she came straight from the playoffs, got drafted, and started playing. She had a whole she's more in shape now. I feel like, bro, she's going to take the league by storm, bro. And I feel like she's going to win MVP this year.
Now, I will say some positive things about Angel Reese in her game. She
her form.
Yeah, well, she's not shooting as many. She's not rebounding as many of her own shots. As a matter of fact, I think she only had maybe 2 offensive rebounds.
Not getting as many points, making shots.
Well, she didn't shoot that many shots, so her field goal percentage actually wasn't that bad because she didn't take a lot of shots. She didn't, take a lot of bad shots.
Mm-hmm.
But I can already see people gonna start that bullshit up. Oh no, Angel Reese on Caitlin Clark level. It's like, no, she's not. No, she not. She needs to just elevate her game
a lot better,
but she's not on Caitlin Clark's level.
You could tell she worked on her post game from what I saw, because
she is.
When she came to the NBA level with her post game, I was like, you need some work.
Oh, big time. She was in the Unrivaled League this summer.
But she also trained with was it Swoops?
I think it was Sarah.
Yeah.
She trained, bro.
No. Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie.
Yeah,
and,
Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie, and I could have sworn it was Cheryl. Also, no, not Cheryl Swoops.
Nah.
Ray Allen. What's Ray Allen's sister?
Not Ray Allen.
Reggie Miller's sister.
Reggie Miller.
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller. That's it. Not Cheryl.
I don't know if she trained with her. I definitely know she trained with Lisa though, because Lisa was like, Lisa reached out publicly, was like, "Hey, get with me." And then I did see them in the gym. Yeah. So yeah, I know she trained with Lisa, and she had that whole season Unrivaled where she was still kind of playing like. But within the first game that I seen, I had to give her some credit. It looked a lot better. Her game looked a lot better, where she didn't take as many shots. But we'll see as the season progresses. Well, real quick question before we get out of here, though.
We shall.
Well, actually, I guess 2 things. Did you see the Shannon Sharp interview with Ali Sadiq today?
I have not yet.
Oh, not yet.
I'm probably gonna watch that later tonight.
Okay, please. It's 3 hours. I'm not done yet. Yeah. I'm like I'm a little over 2 hours right now. I'll wait because I want to hear what everybody else got to say about it though. Because they was doing some drinking. Him and Shannon was doing some sipping, and I felt the conversation got a little inebriated. I really do. But I'm not done with it yet. Y'all watch it. Now the second part behind that question is what y'all think about this Shannon Sharp, his case. This Hispanic girl that everybody keeps calling white.
I'm gonna say this because I, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to protect my name and likeness. I ain't trying to get sued. So allegedly, I think she might allegedly be looking for some money on.
Allegedly. It ain't no allegedly about it. Shit, she definitely looking for some money.
I read the messages, man, and almost had to burn my phone. I learned a lot of shit that I ain't asked nobody for. There's a whole lot of shit I didn't ask neither one of them motherfuckers. None of that shit. I want my time back. I feel like I should sue. I feel like I should sue. I want my time back, and I want my storage and my data that I use to read the messages.
But Derek hit the gavel. I'm reclaiming my time, Senator. I'm reclaiming my time.
I won't order. Fuck out of here. I ain't got no tail, girl.
Nah, it's just it's funny because we all know this is a classic money play, right? But women are out here like trying to really be like, she's a kid, this and that. She's not a kid. She ain't a kid, and she obviously not a kid if she over here trying to make money moves like that. She's a gold digger, is what she is.
Ass. I don't know no kids eating ass.
First and foremost, that's not two things that I'll put in the same sentence. I would say allegedly.
Well, no, we got the text, bro. It ain't no allegedly.
I don't know how old she is.
We got the text and we got the phone conversations. Ain't no allegedly about that part.
Now I know reading back, this all started years ago. So if I'm not mistaken, she was like 19-ish when they started talking. So she got to be like 23 now, something like that. So 22.
Jumped in that man's inbox, didn't she?
But look, man, like I said, I mean, it's a different generation. I don't know. Look, if she like, I don't even know what you called it. Butterlingus? Is she like Butterlingus?
Assalingus.
Butterlingus. That's a good one. I like that one. I'm gonna have to use it. Like
Butterlingus.
Butterlingus. You gotta coin that term, Derek. I don't think nobody said that one yet. Butterlingus.
Also, ma'am, allegedly. Don't come over here looking for no money. All right. Allegedly. You like butterlingus.
Shit, come over here looking for no money. I ain't got none. I'm in a Mazda.
Get this lid out of my pocket.
Shit.
Man, bro.
Ain't rolling around like Shannon Sharp.
Man. Shannon.
Look, I ain't look.
Shannon lied.
As long as
Shannon lied about getting his butt ate, bro. That's all.
I'm just like, look.
He lied about getting his ass ate.
He ain't messing with no kid, and I'm getting tired of them trying to put this pedo shit on just because it's like they're projecting their own shit.
Yeah,
like, look, ladies in your 40s and shit, we all know that you was dating the 30-year-old drug dealers when you was in middle school because we was there trying to date y'all, and y'all said, I only date older guys. I only go out with guys who drive and pay money. And taking y'all to a movie, it was like finding a diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? If you could find a chick back in middle school, high school that'll meet you at the movies, and you know what I'm saying? Because the rest of these bitches is out there trying to live that fast life already. And now they want to project this shit on every celebrity. Wait, can you hear me?
You went hear me for a minute. I was like, oh Lord, the FCC done got him.
Okay.
Got him.
I was like, no, I'm just saying. Look, y'all never notice like the women, they don't say the same shit about the other female celebrities. Like Tracy Ellis Ross, she fine as hell, but she always out with a younger dude. They don't say nothing about that. Madonna, notorious for it. Cher, been doing this shit for decades. They don't say nothing about these women. What's her name? I just found out about this one because she was messing with Ray J, and probably when he was young too. But she saved herself. She didn't say what age she started messing with Ray J. That's old girl from 227. Jackie, is it Jackie Harris or Jackie?
Oh,
She started off at 227. Yeah, the actress. She started off at 227, and then she played the mom in Smart Guy. Remember Smart Guy? He's a smart guy. Oh yeah, sister. Well, that was a spinoff. But yeah, she was the mom and sister. You right?
Yeah. So this is
she messed with Ray J.
I peruse the internet for information and things to do, shows and podcasts on. So I see a whole lot of things and comments. In this situation, it was a lot of males talking about Shannon and how it's weird that an older man was hollering at this young girl, or the young girl was hollering at him and he responded. That, to me, that's neither here nor there, because I grew up in a generation that listened to Pretty Ricky, and they wrote a song that was so beautifully written called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And
R. Kelly, and that was a remix off of R. Kelly's.
Listen,
actually Aaliyah's and R. Kelly's.
If they two grown, consenting, allegedly adults, if they two grown and consenting adults, who business is it but theirs? Look, man, if that man like butterlingers and she like butterlingers, let them butterlingers together.
But nobody says nothing to Leonardo DiCaprio when he gets rid of him at 25.
Dang, Leo, let him live.
So he definitely starting to date them at 18, 19 if he's getting rid of them at 25.
Let him live, Leo. Let him live.
They don't say nothing about Leonardo. All right. It's so many people they don't say shit about, bro.
Hard times. Having hard times. Listen, man.
Hey.
In closing,
I'll go ahead.
What you got? What you got, bro?
No. I just wanted to say one more time. They just out to get people of our color. They even going after Smokey. If you know, you know. Smokey, keep your head up, dog.
I got to read into that one, bro. I'm kind of shaken and confused. It really reminds me of the interview. I don't know if either one of y'all have ever seen it, because a lot of people write him off as crazy. What's his name? Eddie Griffin. When he said that as a celebrity, you don't get to die clean. So even if you do, they'll dig up something and bring it back up after you're dead. So,
but here's the thing they don't talk about. You want to know something they don't? Okay, Berry Gordy, the owner of Motown Records, the owner and founder, right? Berry Gordy, right?
Yeah. You must can't hear us.
Guess who he dated?
Berry Gordy. Dated a lot of people.
Dated the president's daughter, Ivanka.
Berry Gordy? You know how old Berry Gordy is? When?
Look it up. Ivanka dated him. Matter of fact, they even had footage of him and Trump in a room together, talking to shit like that. And I believe that was when he was dating Ivanka. They had footage of it. They brought it out during his first election. Yep, she dated an old ass Berry Gordy.
Oh man, we all lost the shit. End the show.
I was asking if anybody had closing remarks. I don't know how we got here. All I know is I said allegedly a lot, and we learned a new word. This has been Cut the Malarkey Sports.
And everything else in between.
Mike Benson and Blackhaven Mon on the call in. We hope y'all have a great week. We see y'all back here next week, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. We're going to talk some more sports and, hey, possibly some more in between stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a great night, man. Keep it real, G.
Peace.
Peace.
Cut the Malarkey Sports.